I'm doing well, Peter. How are you?
Good. So what happened to that little boy last night?
Last night he woke up about 5 o'clock this morning and went to the bathroom on his own.
So after just a week, he slept all night
Yeah.
and woke up by himself when he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrific.
I'm having fun.
He's doing, yeah, this is a lot better than washing sheets, isn't it?
It is. Or having a grouchy boy wake up in the morning. He's always so miserable, I guess, he wouldn't be sleeping well, right?
Yeah.
He'd wake up wet in the middle of the night, and then we'd have to do all that, and he'd just be, disrupt his sleep that way, and he'd be so grouchy.
Hi, Dr. Peter. For 5 days I've been dry.
Wow. That started about 2 weeks after I met you. So for the first 2 weeks, you had some dry nights and some wet nights, right?
Yeah. Okay, here's my mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Peter.
How are you?
Hi.
Yeah, he's doing great. Tell him I'm proud of him, okay?
He's so proud of himself too.
Yeah, he's
So
wet.
happy for that.
He's 10 years old,
Yeah.
and he always wet every night, and now he's dry every night.
This has been it was funny just the other day. It was very comment how Peter, he's an angel. He's brought some sensibility into our house. But just as a funny aside, Peter, you get a laugh out of this, we kept thinking we're not doing anywhere near the laundry we used to. We went to in the laundry room, we saw the laundry detergent. We don't buy anywhere near as much. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked out so well for you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, Peter. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Okay, bye-bye.
Like my mom was a bedwetter. She's got an uncle who was a bedwetter. She's a super sound sleeper.
Yeah.
And just boom.
It's great that it worked for her.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was, they say it runs in families. I don't think it's genetic. I think it's that you're kind of predisposed to expect it and not get excited about it. And
I think we do, I know for me, I wake up to go to the washroom in the night, once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have small bladders to begin with.
Yeah.
When I was, when you're pregnant and they send you to have, drink water.
Yes.
Before you have an ultrasound, every time they'd say, you need to drink half as much. And not so, because I'd have to go, my bladder would be too full.
Now, something you may be interested in, kids can develop small bladders too.
Can they?
And it's the result of holding.
Holding pee.
Whether they hold pee or poop, either one.
Yeah. Yeah.
They both add up to the same thing, because what happens is the more you use your bladder, the tougher it gets because it's a muscle.
Yes, of course.
So when you exercise the muscle, it gets smaller and less sensitive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So using the water but not holding it makes your bladder work in a more natural way. If you can imagine, if you were holding in urine, your holding muscle, your sphincter muscle, is fighting the bladder muscle.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
And they're both working really, really hard. So the bladder actually grows. It takes quite a few months, but the bladder actually grows if you take a child and say, okay, you're going to go to the bathroom at least every 2 hours. I'm going to put you in the toilet for 5 minutes. Here's a book.
Yeah.
The bladder will get
That's a good suggestion.
It'll get healthier and healthier and healthier. The other issue is that some of these kids have what I call a fecal buildup.
I read that on your website.
Yeah, permanent constipation, which is really easy to fix, but it's hard to know when you got it. And it's hard to know when it's fixed, because it's a condition that people manage to live with and never know it. I explained this to a little old lady, 80-year-old woman, and she said it changed her life. So
oh my God, eh?
A lot of people have that problem and they don't know it.
No, I what I was really happy about with the method is, I think what happened with me is I just stopped. I'd go to the doctor, and the doctor would say, oh, well, she should have a urinalysis, and if, the urinalysis is clean, then she'll grow out of it. That was one. And then the other was restrict all fluids after 5 o'clock. And I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like it makes sense to me.
No.
I think and I wasn't thinking of the bladder. I was thinking just more of general hydration.
Sure.
People don't just drink for, she doesn't drink enough in 8 hours from the time that she's awake till the time she goes to bed, or till dinner time. She doesn't drink enough.
It's so counterproductive to restrict water because what happens is your kidneys need water in the middle of the night to keep your heart healthy and to digest food and so on. So it steals it from your poop.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
And makes that hard. Then kids don't like the feeling and the hurt of going, and then they hold that in.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense to me.
Yeah. It's
no, but I so appreciate your help, and and so I actually passed on. I was talking to my sister-in-law, and my niece is 3 years older than my daughter, and she's got a best friend who, she's not going to sleepover. She's wearing pull-ups. And her mom should phone Peter.
Yeah. You can always ask her to read the website, and one of these days...
Absolutely. I forwarded the link.
I'm going to write an ebook one of these days. I've started on it, but I never get to it. Because there's tens of thousands of kids who need help. Anyway, I'm glad that you had that kind of success.
Thank you for checking in. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I really appreciate the advice over the phone.
Okay.
I'm so happy. And was funny the other day. She said to me, "Mom, why are there pull-ups in my bathroom cupboard? I'm not a baby."
Would you mind if I use you as a testimonial, not with your last name? But
I don't mind at all if you just put my first name. Yeah, totally fine.